Yeah, this thing's like a GTR. I don't care what anyone says. All-wheel drive, right? All-wheel drive, yeah. 26.
All-wheel drive. I was telling them it's Skyline the Long way. Long.
Yeah.
when you put it over here, it barely clears the door and the table.
I know I've seen people on the RB forums and pages asking questions about these coils. When you get your coil kit, we've been getting these, let's say, a stemmo.
It sounds like it's gonna sound nice.
Yeah, it'll sound cool.
Usually in Japanese cams, there's always power to be found with playing around with cam timing.
Yeah, this thing isn't. No, it's just like a GTR.
Yeah.
4-door, except 4-door with big back. Is that what
big
you
back.
call it? Big back. Yeah. Big back Skyline.
All right, so we got Rob Garrison's white Stagea in the shop. It is a original 260 RS, so it's got the RB26 manual all-wheel drive. And I wanted to spice things up a little bit. So wanted to power goal 400 or 500-ish on 93 octane fuel. So he had a couple requests that we're gonna run through real quick and show off some of the stuff that he's getting. We have a Pro Series trigger kit in black. He likes black. And it fits the engine bay very well. We have an R35 coil kit with OEM Hitachi coils. One thing I wanted to bring up, because this has kind of come out recently, I guess when you get your coil kit, we've been getting these, let's say, Astemo. These are still genuine coils. They come from Japan. Astemo is just like a partnership company with Hitachi. It is still the same company. It's all the same stuff. So I know I've seen people on the RB forums and pages asking questions about these coils. We've used them, we've looked into them. It's all the same, you got nothing to worry about. We have a Funk Motorsports turbo blanket for heat management.
It's titanium, right?
Oh yeah, in the black carbon, I think. Yeah, these things are actually really nice. They're very thick, they don't fall apart. And they don't blow apart like some of the other ones that you see. We've taken these on and off cars over the years for servicing and stuff like that. And I've probably never had a single one fall apart, unless it was me. Because one time I did make a whoopsie and I went to cut the bag and I cut the blanket. so I essentially had to buy the customer a new one.
Duffy, I think it was Duff.
Yeah, that was Duffy. yeah. So I had to buy Duffy a new turbo blanket. He did request some cams, which is a nice upgrade. So these are Tomei drop-in pond cams designed to be used with the factory drivetrain. It still follows the same Nissan base circle, and they're made out of OEM Nissan cores. So we'll check the valve lash before and after. They're usually pretty solid, and won't have to move anything, assuming that the valve lash was inspected to begin with. He also wanted some Tomei cam gear so we can play around with the cam timing, dial it in on the dyno, because there's always power to be found. Well, I say always. Usually in Japanese cams, there's always power to be found with playing around with cam timing. You'll see in my video that didn't work out very well. All the cam adjustments I've made have pretty much cost me. I guess I got lucky and it liked where it was right out the gate. So I'm just gonna put up all the way back to what I had. As far as the hot side components, we got the tested and true 6-boost manifold in V-band configuration, single 50 mil wastegate with Garrett G-Series 2 G30 825. So we've used the 770s over the years. This is the G-Series 2 with the 825, offer a little bit more compressor flow. And we'll see how this bad puppy turns out. We paired that up with the V-band 0.83 exhaust housing, which will offer kind of like a good in-between size for spool and power. Usually some of the guys who are trying to make a little bit more power will do like a 101 exhaust housing, get some of that back pressure down so we can lean on the hot side and the turbo a little bit more. But this will do exactly what he wants to do, because I think he only wanted, like I said, like 400 or 500 on 93 octane fuel, and this should do that no problem.
What does it have now, like in its stock form? You want to take a look at it? Jose, you want to give Edgar his voice a break? Tell us about this. Watch your head.
Yeah, so it's just stock with bolt-ons.
I don't know what the horsepower is.
Probably nothing now with the way it's running, but
Damn! Coming at you, Garrison.
it'll run a lot better now. Yeah, but yeah, it's stock twins, so it's what it puts down to the wheels. I don't know, probably somewhere between 280 and 320 at the flywheel. And then with the boost turned up to whatever it's set to, it's got it's got the boost turned up. It's got exhaust, intercooler, intake. So maybe it makes a little bit more than that, but it'll definitely be a huge jump with a single turbo kit.
That's pretty good to think about it though, like 320 out the box. And what year was this?
I mean, yeah, they were very similar from '89, I think, to. So no, it's good for what it is, and you can turn them up really easy. So
Yeah, a lot of room, right? But it's clean in here. It's tight with the twins, so it'll clear it up a little bit, I guess.
yeah, that'll be fun pulling the twins out. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it'll be fun.
And we ain't talking about boobies either.
Did you say boobies?
Because he said we're pulling the twins out.
What's your dog?
No, it'll be all right.
Cool.
Funny, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but everybody gives the VG shit, but the stock 26 with stock twins and the stock intake manifold is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I'll remember that next time the 300's in here. And you're like,
But at least this car, like the last like 4 cars that we did, I think it was engine out, bay completely stripped, condenser, radiator, everything out. This is more of a turbo kit, intercooler, and supporting mods type deal. So
it's not as.
yeah, it's not as in depth, and
Yeah.
it should be a lot better for that.
I'm excited. This RB guy here, big RB guy.
Big RB guy. Lisa like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she looked cool though. She is. I like that GTR the long way. I think I'm gonna go with that.
You gotta get that guy said
The
the
long way.
What do you think? Yeah. We'll be back with one turbo, or one less turbo.
Or 2, well, I guess 2 less.
2 less.
Well, I guess
No,
it could be 1 less.
one
because
less.
one's gonna go back
Yeah.
on. No, it's threaded in. Yeah. So you could run AN.
That's nice. Man, this is tight in there.
Yeah. What's he saying, Jose?
Tighter than 6 ass.
Tighter than what?
A 6 ass.
Dick's ass. That's hilarious. You hear it all at sleeper tuning. No. Putting radio in Alp's car?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we've been upgraded to doing radio installs.
Don't tell John. 12 volt.
Yeah.
Send it his way.
The problem is I gotta do it because there's a lot of other wiring and shit.
Because all the Japan wiring?
No, it's just because he's had so much stuff going on. Alarm system, old radio not working, gauges and all types of wiring and crap. So, and this was luckily this was already because it's a Pioneer and another Pioneer is going into it. So this is the same. So I was able to just steal it from the old radio and not have to rewire this bunch of stuff. Right
I feel like you secretly like to do this stuff. But you like it. You do like it.
No.
Don't lie. Don't lie. You do it to your own stuff all the time.
That's different.
Okay, say goodbye. Go back to your
Bye-bye.
Radio Shack job.
Yeah.
Circuit City. RIP.
Circuit titty. don't remember which. I don't even remember.
That's that big job being big enough for both of them. Attitude, you keep bumping into me.
That's just me. Right my arm. I was bumping into her. It's usually like my elbow.
Yeah, I have like bruises all over my arms. Like,
So I walk like this.
Yeah, only when you walk by somebody though.
you gotta size them up, I guess. I don't know why you sizing me up. But... Yeah, this John large.
That's like when it's like you're when you're a true Skyline enthusiast and you're like, yeah, when I die, I want my casket in the back of this bitch.
Yeah, you fit in there.